National Adoption Month, which means it's time to highlight that more than 400,000 children are in foster care. It's a moment of new beginnings that redefine what family truly means.
That's right. A very important conversation. Joining us now is author and adoption advocate Deborah Olivia Farmer. Nice to see you.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being
Welcome to
here.
ATL Live.
It's nice to see you all, and thank you for having me.
Yes, a very important conversation, one that's very close to my heart. I have a lot of friends that have been adopted. I'm so glad you're here to talk about this. And as an adoption advocate, just talk a little bit about this book. We're going to get to that in a moment, but really on a broader sense, how you are redefining adoption also through the book.
Sure, and thank you again for having me.
Yeah.
For me, it's really about removing the stigma around adoption. Most times people whisper when they say they've been adopted or they have adopted their child. And why are we doing that? And so I want to really take this beyond the charity aspect of it and look at it as community, right? And how then do we get beyond the biology to the destiny? Maybe this is your purpose.
That's right.
This is why you were created, to be in a position to parent a child that you did not birth. And so for me, I really want to just, be in a position to champion those, to get them across the finish line.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm a huge advocate for adoption. I am a product of a foster care system in St. Louis, Missouri. And so I believe in this wholeheartedly. But you speak about representation and why that matters in the adoption process. Speak to that a little bit.
Sure. I mean, oftentimes when you think about it and you see, especially on the celebrity end, right, where someone may have adopted a child that may not be of the same race, right? There are people, in my case, I'm a Black woman, and so I'm advocating for Black women to adopt children. And so I think it's very important that you have a face to it and have others know that this can be you as well. If it's your desire to be a parent, you can do it through the means of foster care or adoption.
And you've really started to tell your story through My Journey to Joshua, your memoir. Big fan of memoirs. Was this hard to write? What can we expect when we're reading it?
It was, coming from, again, I'm from Chicago. I grew up in the television industry in Chicago, and so I actually was introduced to foster care in the 90s. And so I was mentoring.
A very different time.
Yes, very different time. So I was mentoring a young lady that was in foster care, and I watched her go from, foster home to foster home. And at one point, I wanted to adopt her. And so once I realized for me that I wanted to be a parent, I got married later in life. I consciously uncoupled. And so then here it is. What am I to do?
That's right.
And this wasn't a fallback for me, again, because I've always wanted to. So I really just go through the process of the initiation to when I was introduced to foster care to when I actually adopted my son.
That's going to speak to so many.
Because it's complicated. And it's not a straightforward path. There are a lot of hoops to jump through. You have to make sure that all your ducks are in a row. So it's good that somebody is actually demystifying the process. You have a virtual conference coming up. You want to tell us about that?
So I'm actually going to be speaking. It's at a conference called Yes, We Adopt, to that very point.
Beautiful.
Again, yes, we do adopt. And so I'm going to be one of the speakers, and I'll be speaking more on the lines from the second edition, which is From Fears to Families. Because I had a lot of friends, to your point, that either wanted to, they had the oohs and the ahs. Oh my God, I've always wanted to do this, but they didn't do it. And so for me, the follow through, why are they not moving forward? And I knew they were in a place of fear. And so for me, this is just a toolkit to provide the next step to move from fears to families.
Yes, and I love that you said that, because there truly is that stigma. I think we're getting better. But just advice for anybody right now as we close that maybe is on the verge, or maybe they feel that sort of shame, I can't carry a child, but on the flip side, there's so many children out there that need to be adopted. Just speak to those people.
I recommend that they do their research first and foremost, and then also find out your why. Right? You don't want to go into this as a second option, right? And then you have regrets or resentment that builds up. And so making certain that you're properly healed, get therapy if you need that. But to the end of actually going through the process, do the research on the agency that you're interested in fostering through, and that way build the relationship from there.
Oh, so beautiful.
So important. The why is important, because when it gets tough, and it will get tough.
It will.
The why is going to keep you on the path. That's so great. Thank you so
How
much.
old is your son now?
He's 10, just turned double digits last Friday. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
And we got him at birth. He came home with us 5 days after birth.
Thank you for your advocacy. This is so beautiful.
Very excited. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much for being here. Super important stuff. For more information, please visit atliveshow.com.
That's right.